What if I told you there's an electric vehicle that just set a lap record at the Nürburgring, reaching 60 miles per hour in under 2.3 seconds, while looking like a work of art? Welcome to the 2026 Porsche Taycan Turbo GT, the most extreme electric vehicle Porsche has ever built. And quite possibly, the most thrilling EV you can buy at any price. This isn't just another electric sedan trying to be fast. This is Porsche's answer to everyone who said electric cars can't deliver true driving emotion. With 1019 horsepower, active aerodynamics, and a chassis tuned by the same engineers who developed the 911 GT3 RS, this car costs $230,000 and it's worth every single penny. By the end of this video, you'll understand why the Taycan Turbo GT isn't just competing with other EVs. It's embarrassing supercars that cost twice as much. Porsche entered the electric vehicle market in 2019 with the original Taycan, and the automotive world watched carefully to see if the legendary sports car manufacturer could translate their performance DNA into an electric platform. The answer was a resounding yes. The Taycan proved that EVs could handle like true sports cars, with precise steering, excellent chassis balance, and that intangible Porsche feel that enthusiasts demand. But Porsche wasn't satisfied with just making a good electric sports sedan. They wanted to make the ultimate electric performance machine. Enter the 2026 Taycan Turbo GT, the culmination of everything Porsche has learned about electric performance. Released as the flagship of the Taycan lineup for the 2026 model year, this car targets a very specific buyer. Someone who wants hypercar performance in a practical four-door package, and someone who refuses to compromise on driving dynamics just because the powertrain is electric. The Turbo GT name might seem confusing on an electric car, but in Porsche's world, turbo has become synonymous with top-tier performance. Regardless of how that power is generated, the timing of this launch is perfect. Tesla has dominated the electric performance conversation for years with the Model S Plaid. But that car prioritizes straight-line speed over handling finesse. The Lucid Air Sapphire offers luxury and power, but lacks the motorsport pedigree. BMW's i4 M50 and Mercedes-AMG EQS are impressive, but they're not built by a company that's won Lamsign times. Porsche brings something different to the electric performance segment: 7 decades of racing experience, championship-winning engineering expertise, and an obsessive attention to driving dynamics that only comes from This isn't a tech company making cars. This is a motorsport legend making an electric statement. Let's start with what makes the Taycan Turbo GT visually distinct. The exterior design takes the already aggressive Taycan silhouette and adds functional aerodynamic elements that would look at home on a GT3. The front fascia features massive air intakes that channel cooling air to the battery and motors, along with active aerodynamic flaps that adjust based on speed and driving mode. The LED matrix headlights have been redesigned with a more aggressive light signature that includes Porsche's distinctive 4-point daytime running lights. Carbon fiber is used extensively. The hood, front fenders, and rear wing are all lightweight carbon composite, saving over 150 pounds compared to the standard Taycan Turbo S. The side profile showcases the Taycan's distinctive fastback shape, but the Turbo GT sits lower and wider thanks to a specific suspension setup and aggressive wheel arch extensions. Sitting on massive 21-inch center lock forged wheels wrapped in Pirelli P0 Trofeo RS semi-slick tires, the stance is unmistakably purposeful. The acid green brake calipers, a Turbo GT exclusive color, peek through the wheels, clamping down on enormous carbon ceramic brake discs. The side skirts are more pronounced, directing airflow along the body, and the active side air intakes open and close to manage brake and motor cooling while optimizing aerodynamics. Move to the rear, and you'll find an active rear spoiler that extends and adjusts its angle based on speed, generating up to 320 pounds of downforce at high speeds. The full-width LED light bar is a Taycan signature, but the Turbo GT adds a unique light animation sequence. The rear diffuser is massive and fully functional, managing the airflow under the car and contributing to overall aerodynamic efficiency. Dual exhaust style outlets are purely decorative on this EV, but they're there as a nod to Porsche tradition, and they look fantastic. Step inside, and you're immediately in Porsche territory. The driver-focused cockpit features a 16.8-inch curved digital instrument cluster positioned directly in the driver's line of sight, with configurable displays showing everything from lap times to energy flow. The center 10.9-inch touchscreen handles infotainment and vehicle settings with Porsche's latest PCM 6.0 software, which is refreshingly intuitive compared to some competitor systems. An optional passenger display allows your co-pilot to navigate or choose music without distracting the driver. The steering wheel is a work of art, wrapped in Alcantara with carbon fiber trim, featuring a drive mode selector dial inspired by the 918 Spider, and incorporating touch-sensitive controls that respond perfectly. The interior materials are pure Porsche quality. Our test vehicle features the Turbo GT exclusive Racetex material, a sustainable microfiber that offers incredible grip in performance driving situations. The seats are lightweight carbon fiber-backed racing buckets with 18-way adjustment and integrated headrests, offering both support for track days and comfort for daily driving. Acid green contrast stitching throughout the cabin ties together the performance theme. The carbon fiber trim isn't the fake stuff you see in mainstream cars. This is real woven carbon with a clear coat finish that shows every detail of the weave pattern. Rear passengers get surprising space for a sports car, with 2 individual seats separated by a console. While this isn't limousine accommodation, adults can sit comfortably for reasonable distances. The rear seats fold down to expand cargo space, and the front trunk adds additional storage, a benefit of the electric powertrain packaging. The glass roof features an electrochromic tint system that can instantly darken to block sunlight, and the premium Burmester 3D sound system delivers exceptional audio quality with speakers mounted throughout the cabin, including in the headrests. Now let's talk about what makes this car truly special. The powertrain. The Taycan Turbo GT uses a dual-motor all-wheel drive system with one motor on each axle. The combined output with overboost function activated reaches 1,019 horsepower and 988 pound-feet of torque, numbers that were hypercar territory just a decade ago. This allows the Taycan Turbo GT to demolish the 0 to 60 sprint in just 2.3 seconds, with 0 to 100 miles per hour arriving in 4.9 seconds. The top speed is 190 miles per hour, making it one of the fastest production EVs ever built. The performance battery pack has a 105 kilowatt-hour capacity with improved cell chemistry that delivers better power density and thermal management compared to previous Taycan models. Porsche's 800-volt electrical architecture is the secret weapon here. It allows for incredibly fast charging speeds, up to 320 kilowatts at compatible stations. This means you can charge from 5 to 80% in just 18 minutes. The EPA estimates range at approximately 280 miles, though aggressive driving will reduce that significantly. But here's the thing, if you're buying a Turbo GT, range isn't your primary concern. Performance is. The chassis and suspension are where Porsche's racing expertise truly shines. The Turbo GT features Porsche active suspension management with adaptive dampers that adjust in milliseconds based on road conditions and driving style. The rear axle steering system turns the rear wheels up to 5 degrees in the opposite direction at low speeds for enhanced maneuverability and in the same direction at high speeds for improved stability. The electronic rear differential with Porsche Torque Vectoring Plus actively distributes power between the rear wheels for optimal traction and cornering performance. Carbon ceramic brakes are standard, with 10-piston front calipers clamping 420mm discs. The brake feel is exceptional, something many EVs struggle with when blending regenerative and friction braking. Porsche has tuned this system perfectly, giving the driver precise control over brake pressure and making threshold braking intuitive. The regenerative braking system has multiple levels of adjustment, from almost none to aggressive one-pedal driving, and it seamlessly integrates with the friction brakes. The aerodynamics package is sophisticated and fully active. The front splitter, side air intakes, rear spoiler, and underbody panels all work together to either minimize drag for efficiency or maximize downforce for performance, depending on the selected drive mode. In range mode, the system prioritizes aerodynamic efficiency. In Sport Plus mode with the performance mode engaged, every element works to glue the car to the road, generating significant downforce without creating excessive drag. Driver assistance and safety technologies are comprehensive but unobtrusive. Adaptive cruise control with stop-and-go functionality makes highway driving relaxed. Lane keeping assist, blind spot monitoring, and 360-degree camera system are all standard. The night vision system uses thermal imaging to detect pedestrians and animals in low-light conditions. Automatic emergency braking with pedestrian and cyclist detection is standard. Porsche's approach to driver assistance is refreshingly balanced. The systems are there when you need them, but they don't interfere with spirited driving. Pricing for the 2026 Porsche Taycan Turbo GT starts at $230,400, making it the most expensive Taycan by a significant margin. However, most examples will exceed $250,000 once you add options like the Burmester Premium Audio System, carbon fiber interior package, ceramic coating, and custom paint colors. Is that expensive? Absolutely. But consider what you're getting. Performance that matches six-figure supercars, Porsche's legendary build quality, cutting-edge technology, and a driving experience that no other EV can match. This isn't a car for everyone. It's a car for driving enthusiasts who want the absolute best electric performance machine available today. The most impressive aspect of the Taycan Turbo GT is how it translates electric power into driving emotion. Many powerful EVs feel fast but clinical, delivering acceleration without character. The Taycan Turbo GT is different. The steering has genuine feel and feedback, communicating exactly what the front tires are doing. The chassis balance is neutral and adjustable, allowing you to rotate the car on the throttle like a proper sports car. The brake pedal feel is progressive and confidence-inspiring. These might seem like small details, but they're what separate great driving machines from merely fast ones. The active aerodynamics deserve special recognition for their sophistication. The system continuously monitors speed, steering angle, throttle position, and brake pressure to adjust every aerodynamic element for optimal performance. On a racetrack, the difference is measurable. Lap times improve as the system generates more downforce through high-speed corners. On public roads, the system works invisibly, automatically adjusting to balance efficiency and stability. This is the kind of engineering refinement that justifies Porsche's premium pricing. The 800-volt electrical architecture is a game-changer for road trips. Being able to add 200 miles of range in 15 minutes at a fast charger means you can drive the Taycan Turbo GT cross-country without significant delays. Combined with Porsche's partnership with Electrify America for charging infrastructure, the practical usability is far better than the modest 280-mile EPA range might suggest. The battery thermal management system ensures consistent charging speeds even in extreme temperatures. The build quality and material selection are exceptional. Every switch, button, and control surface feels precisely engineered and damped. The panel gaps are tight and consistent. The paint quality is flawless. The interior materials age gracefully rather than showing wear quickly. This attention to detail is what you expect from a $230,000 vehicle, and Porsche delivers. 5 years from now, a well-maintained Taycan Turbo GT will still feel like a special car, whereas many competitors will show their age. However, the Taycan Turbo GT does have some compromises worth considering. The ride quality in Sport Plus mode is genuinely harsh. The suspension is stiff, and on rough pavement, impacts are transmitted directly to the cabin. If you live in an area with poor road conditions, the comfort compromise might be too severe for daily driving. The adaptive suspension helps, but even in comfort mode, this car has a firm ride compared to luxury sedans. The range is legitimately limited for an EV at this price point. While 280 miles is adequate for most daily driving, it means you'll be charging more frequently than owners of longer-range EVs. In cold weather, that range can drop to 220 miles or less. If you're cross-shopping against a Tesla Model S Plaid with 400 miles of range, the Taycan's shorter range is a real disadvantage. The fast charging partially compensates, but it's still a consideration. The rear seat space is tight for taller passengers. This is fundamentally a sports car with 4 seats rather than a full-size sedan. If you regularly have adult rear passengers or need to install child seats, the interior dimensions might be limiting. The trunk space is reasonable but not exceptional. For a $230,000 car, some buyers might expect more practical accommodation. The learning curve for all the technology can be steep. Between the multiple drive modes, regenerative braking settings, adaptive suspension options, and active aerodynamic controls, there are dozens of settings to understand and customize. Enthusiasts will love diving into all these options, but some buyers might find it overwhelming. The PCM 6.0 infotainment system is better than previous Porsche systems, but it still lags behind the best interfaces from Tesla or Mercedes in terms of responsiveness. Finally, the depreciation on high-performance EVs has been unpredictable. While Porsches traditionally hold value well, the rapid pace of EV technology advancement means today's cutting-edge features might feel dated in 3 years. Battery technology is improving quickly, and future versions might offer significantly better range or faster charging. This uncertainty makes the long-term value proposition harder to assess than traditional Porsche sports cars. So, should you buy the 2026 Porsche Taycan Turbo GT? If you're a driving enthusiast who wants the absolute pinnacle of electric performance and can afford the premium pricing, the answer is absolutely yes. This car delivers driving engagement that no other EV can match. The steering precision, chassis balance, brake feel, and overall dynamics are worlds apart from competitors. If you've been waiting for an electric vehicle that drives like a true sports car rather than a fast appliance, your wait is over. For Porsche loyalists who have resisted EVs because they didn't want to sacrifice the brand's legendary driving dynamics, the Taycan Turbo GT proves those fears were unfounded. This car drives like a Porsche should: precise, balanced, engaging, and rewarding. The electric powertrain doesn't diminish the experience. It enhances it with instant throttle response and incredible traction. If you currently drive a 911 Turbo or GT3 and are curious about electric performance, the Taycan Turbo GT will feel familiar and comfortable while offering new dimensions of capability. Track day enthusiasts will find the Taycan Turbo GT genuinely capable on circuit. The thermal management systems handle repeated hard laps better than most EVs, the brakes are fade resistant, and the chassis tuning is sophisticated enough to reward skilled drivers. While it's heavy compared to dedicated track cars, the power and traction compensate. The active aerodynamics provide real downforce benefits at speed. This is a car that can set competitive lap times while still being comfortable enough for the drive home. However, if your priority is maximum range or rear passenger comfort, other options might serve you better. The Mercedes-AMG EQS or BMW i7 M70 offer more space and longer range, though neither drives as sharply as the Porsche. If straight-line acceleration is your only criterion, the Tesla Model S Plaid costs $140,000 less and is slightly quicker to 60, though it can't match the Porsche's handling finesse or build quality. For buyers considering this vehicle, here's practical advice. First, budget for options carefully. The base Turbo GT is well-equipped, but desirable options like the carbon fiber interior package, premium audio, and ceramic coating can easily add $30,000. These options genuinely enhance the ownership experience and are worth considering if you're already spending $230,000. Don't cheap out at this price point. Second, test drive the car in all drive modes before purchasing. The personality changes dramatically between Comfort and Sport Plus modes. Make sure you're comfortable with the stiff ride quality in performance modes, as that's when the car truly comes alive. If the harsh ride is a deal-breaker, consider the regular Taycan Turbo S, which offers similar performance with a more compliant suspension tune. Third, plan your charging infrastructure before purchase. Home installation of a Level 2 charger is essential for daily convenience. Research the fast charging station locations along your common routes. While Porsche includes 3 years of complimentary Electrify America charging, understanding the infrastructure in your area ensures you won't have range anxiety. Fourth, consider the warranty and service package. Porsche offers a 4-year 50,000-mile basic warranty and an 8-year 100,000-mile battery warranty. The optional extended warranty programs are expensive but provide peace of mind for complex electronic systems. Find a Porsche dealer with EV expertise and experienced technicians before purchase. Comparing directly to key competitors reveals the Turbo GT's position. The Tesla Model S Plaid is faster in a straight line and has better range, but the interior quality and handling dynamics can't match the Porsche. The Lucid Air Sapphire offers comparable performance and better range with stunning interior luxury, but lacks Porsche's racing pedigree and driving engagement. The Mercedes-AMG EQS prioritizes luxury and technology over outright handling, appealing to different priorities. The BMW i4 M50 is more affordable but plays in a different performance class entirely. This vehicle makes perfect sense for successful professionals who are driving enthusiasts first and environmentally conscious second. It's ideal for Porsche collectors who want the latest technology while maintaining the brand's performance heritage. It's perfect for track day participants who want to experience electric performance at the highest level. Multi-car households where range limitations aren't a daily concern will appreciate having the Turbo GT for weekend drives and special occasions. The 2026 Porsche Taycan Turbo GT represents the current pinnacle of electric performance engineering. It proves that EVs can deliver genuine driving emotion and engagement rather than just impressive acceleration figures. The engineering sophistication is extraordinary, from the active aerodynamics to the rear axle steering to the chassis tuning. Is it perfect? No. The range is limited, the ride is firm, and the price is stratospheric. But is it the most thrilling electric vehicle you can buy today? Absolutely. In an automotive landscape increasingly defined by electrification, Porsche has demonstrated that their engineering philosophy translates perfectly to electric powertrains. The Taycan Turbo GT doesn't feel like a compromise or a transition vehicle. It feels like the future of performance cars, a future where instant torque, sophisticated electronics, and legendary handling dynamics combine to create something truly special. If you can afford one, you won't regret it. Don't forget to subscribe for more in-depth reviews of the most exciting vehicles on the market. Which feature of the Taycan Turbo GT impressed you most? Let us know in the comments. Until next time, keep chasing the perfect driving experience.